Hola amigos and welcome to Spanglish Fantastico. Yo soy Ruth and this series is Learn Spanish Duolingo. In esta clase we're going to look at eating, drinking and speaking. So we're looking at 3 verbs en español, just beginning our verbs. Last lesson I asked you to learn these words en español. So if you want to pause the video and just check you know these, that might be a good idea. We have un hombre, un niño, una mujer, una niña, yo soy, tú eres, él es, ella es. We also have una manzana, el agua, el pan y la leche. And the last word is ser, to be. In esta clase, we're beginning to look at how Spanish verbs work. Now, you already learned yo, tú, él, and ella. I, you, he, she. Yo, tú, él, ella. And in Spanish, the verbs have a different ending for each pronoun. So when it's yo, the ending tends to be o. Now you're thinking, well, we had yo soy, and that means I am, and that ending wasn't o. Well, that's because soy is part of ser, and ser is an irregular verb. There are very few verbs in Espanol that end with oy in the first person, in yo. And ser is one of them, yo soy. Pero normally, the verb will end in o. So, you get that in your head. Yo, it ends in o, in the present tense. And tú will end in as, as, or es, es. So that's how the verb will end. I'll show you what this means in a minute. For the moment, just take this on board. For él and for ella, the endings are the same. So for él and for ella, the ending will normalmente be e or a. So a or e. And those are the 2 endings for él or ella. So you're going to learn that it's o, as or es, e or a. Okay? Right, let's see it in practice. So we take a verb like comer. Comer means to eat. And we have er on the end. That means it's an er verb. So com is the stem and er is the ending. Now when we're making a verb, when we're changing it from to eat to I eat, or you eat, or he eats, we have to take the ending off, and the ending is er, so that goes. And for yo, we add the ending, which is o. Yo como means I eat. So I eat apples is yo, and then com and the o, como, and then apples, which is manzanas. Yo como manzanas. Now tú has the ending of es for comer because it's an er verb. So we lose the er and we add the ending to the stem and we get comes. Tú comes. So you eat apples. Tú comes manzanas. And for he eats, we lose the ending, which is er, and then we put on the correct ending for he, which is e, because this is an er verb. Now, in English, we have the word come, and we don't hear that final e. In Espanol, we hear every letter. So it's él come. So he eats bread. Él come pan. Él come pan. And if it's she eats, the verb is just the same. So ella come pan. So come pan could mean he eats, or it could mean she eats bread. If you want to make the sentence negative, the word no, which is a short no, not like no, it's no, goes straight before the verb. Ella no come pan. So how would you say, I don't eat apples? Yo no como manzanas. Okay, now we might have my friend, which is mi amigo, or if it's a lady, then mi amiga. And then you might want to explain to somebody what they do or don't eat. So I have a friend who doesn't eat apples. My friend doesn't eat apples. His name's John. So I could say, es John. Él no come manzanas. Or Ariane doesn't eat bread. She has an intolerance to wheat. So how would I say she doesn't eat bread? Well, start with ella, and then I have no come, and the word for bread, pan. Ella no come pan. We're getting usable Spanish, and these are words that you might have learned in Duolingo. The next verb is beber. And beber, imbibe, beverage, they all come from the same Latin root. Beber means to drink. It's an ER verb because it ends in ER, so the endings are the same as the ones we used for comer. They are O for yo. So I drink is yo bebo. And then I might drink water. I do drink water. So how would I say that? Yo bebo agua. I don't drink milk. Yo, put the no in front of bebo. So yo no bebo leche. When we're saying do you drink, then we're going to use the to form, which is es. So to make that question, we just put the question marks either side or use our voice intonation. If we're asking, do you drink milk then? ¿Tú bebes leche? ¿Tú bebes leche? And then he drinks is just the E ending. So lose the ER and add on the E. So we have the stem, beb, and then e, and then our beverage. So let's say tea, which is té in Espanol. So he drinks tea. Él bebe té. And we're getting useful Espanol. If I'm talking about my mother, I can say, ella no bebe té. Ella bebe café. I'm talking about real people, real situations in Espanol using the words that I've learned with Duolingo and with Spanglish Fantastico. Last verb today is hablar. Now this one is an AR verb. So you can see the last two letters are AR. Hablar means to speak. The important thing to notice here, it begins with an H, just like our word for man, which is hombre. We're not saying the H. So to speak is hablar, or to talk, hablar. Like blah, 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 hablar. But no H sound. Don't make that sound. Now, we're going to lose the AR and we're going to add our endings. This time it's not going to be the E set of endings, it's going to be the A set of endings. So, yo hablo. It's the same for yo. ER, AR, the same. Yo hablo. Yo hablo español. Yo hablo inglés. If it's tú, and I'm wanting to ask somebody in a casual context, so I'm using tú, I'm going to use the ending as. And the stem is habl. So we get hablas. Okay? If I want to ask, I can just say hablas inglés, or I can say tú hablas inglés. If it's he, then it's the a ending. So my stem is habl and my ending is a. Habla. Él habla inglés. And he doesn't speak Spanish. Él no habla español. You can see how you would explain to somebody, él no habla español. Or ella no habla español. Yo hablo español. Ella no habla español. And again, that could be true about mi familia. So today, your learning is yo como, tú comes, él come, ella come. Yo bebo, tú bebes, él bebe, ella bebe. Yo hablo, tú hablas, él habla, ella habla. And if you can memorize those things, that would be great. As you're walking along, as you're looking on your social media, you can be judging people, you can be commenting about people, you can be saying, él habla español, ella no habla español. Él bebe café, ella bebe café. Él bebe leche. Ella come manzanas. Él no come manzanas. Él come pan. Ella no come pan. So using these sentences to put labels onto people that you see, people that you know, can really help cement your learning. And that's what we want to do here on Learn Spanish Duolingo. So what I would like you to do now is go to the link in the description and download the PDF so that you can make sure that you're not forgetting any of this. I would also like you to subscribe, por favor, and click the notifications. You've got lots of subscriptions probably, but you want to know when the next lesson in this series comes. So click your notification. Hasta la próxima. Adiós.